1 minute until showtime.
That's so creepy. Yes, I want none of these on my desktop. None of them.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the very first episode of Blog Talk Radio, coming to you live via Twitch TV and Blog Talk Radio. For those of us watching at Twitch TV, how's it going, guys? You can see my lovely face. For those of you coming from us from Blog Talk Radio, well, you're lucky. You don't have to see my ugly face. And with me today, unfortunately, Russ couldn't join us today because of A, old Freezy, his laptop, and B, very inclement weather, which impeded a lot of us. Like, I wanted everyone to be here in the studio with me, but it's snowing outside, and you really can't drive in the snow. But with me today, I got Dave, my friend Andrew. Well, that's Dave's icon. There's Andrew. That's his lovely face right there. How's it going, Andrew, in his very shitty camera?
It's going pretty well. What was I doing? Triforce.
Pretty good. And Dave, how's it going with you?
I'm a Marine.
Dave's a Marine.
I'm a Marine. I also don't have a voice because I like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. One unfortunate side effect of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is sometimes people just crush the ever-loving shit out of your throat. So you'll have to forgive me for not having a voice on our big comeback episode.
Yeah.
Being that I am the special guest for life.
Special guest Eternal Overlord for life, Dave.
Do I get a cool title?
No.
Alright.
No, you don't get a cool title. So I kind of want to start this episode off with let's talk. What games have you guys been playing so far? So, Andrew, what have you been playing?
I'm playing Walking Dead right now.
The newest one or the old one?
No, the old one, because I'm way
The
behind.
new one's not out yet. Comes out Tuesday.
No, I think he meant the
Like I'm playing 400 Days.
Yes, 400 Days. Couldn't think of the name.
Oh, that's that new.
That I got, and like Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2.
Yeah, I'm behind. And Assassin's Creed, which I haven't done. Xbox. It's I wanted the special edition with all the flag and whatnot, so that's what happened with that.
Dave, what have you been playing?
League of Legends.
That's not surprising.
Well,
that
actually,
too.
Besides League of Legends, I've been playing this actually pretty cool indie game on Steam called Gimbal, where you build like a spaceship out of parts and then fly it around and kill people in like a top-down sort of arcadey shooter kind of fashion. It's actually pretty fun. Very, very customizable ships. You can like make any kind of ship you want.
That actually sounds like a very fun game. Like, I kind of been playing League as well, and oh dear, should we share the story?
The Wukong story or the
Should we?
Pantheon?
Ooh, that's right. Let's see.
Pantheon story was oh god, couldn't carry.
Oh my God. No, we'll save the. Let's start with the Wukong story now. Just for reference
impressive.
to this Wukong story, I actually have the picture loaded up right now for the Wukong story, and here's the picture. Just look at that record, guys. Just look at that record. Like, what the hell was going on? Now, to give you a reference, Dave was playing this game. He was on my account, but Dave was playing the game. So, Dave, what the hell happened?
Everyone in the team was terrible. Sorry, not everyone on the team. Everyone in the game was terrible. This is like a summoner level 14 or something game. So, of course everyone's going to be terrible, but everyone was extremely terrible. You'll notice I'm the only player on my team with a positive score.
Yeah, like I'm keeping this picture up because you just look at that record. I mean, my God.
You'll also notice that 2 people on the enemy team have negative scores.
Yeah, like okay, the worst record on this team is Master Yi.
And how that happens, I don't know.
I think this is another guy. Well, look at his setup.
It's so easy though. Like, he's just cute to win.
Okay, so this Master Yi, he was laning bottom with me. And he starts off with a hunter's machete and potions, because that's what's in the recommended items for Master Yi. And I tell him, because he's like, he has no idea what he's doing, but so he just buys the recommended items. So I tell him, hey, just to let you know, I'm like, very gently I tell him, just to let you know, the hunter's machete doesn't do anything to lane creeps. So, don't buy it if you're not going to be in the jungle, because it literally does nothing for you. And he goes, oh, well, this is my first time playing the hero. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine, just trying to let you know.
I mean, dude, most people are assholes about it. Like,
and then he builds it into a Regals anyway, so I don't know what's up with. I guess he just decided to completely ignore me. But considering he died 22 times in a 46-minute long game, that's like a death every 2.5 minutes. I think that being new to Master Yi was not his only problem in that game.
No, it clearly was not his only problem. And guys, if you want to share any of your stories or anything that we're discussing today, right there on our screen is the phone number to call in. It's completely toll free. It's 347-637-3079. And and Dave, this one's for you. Just if you're watching the stream, in the lower right hand corner, there's that little like thing that you're just not gonna like. It's a countdown.
PAX East?
Why would I not like that?
Because you are so excited to go to PAX East, as am I.
Well, actually, until just now, I had managed to kind of like not think about it so much. But thanks for reminding me. I'll be sure to spend the rest of the year thinking about PAX every day again, just like I did the week that I bought the tickets.
Oh my God! You have to tell the story of what was going on with those tickets.
11 days till Christmas.
I'm sure anyone who tried to buy the tickets already knows, but basically, just it's like any really popular website thing, or like any MMO that launches. Like, what happens when everyone dogpiles the website at the same time? It breaks. So I had seen the tweet. Our mutual friend Russ told me that they would be selling the tickets at whatever 12 o'clock or whatever. I was at work, so it's like 12:30, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to get on at 12 o'clock. I better stop working and buy these tickets instead. So I get on the website and I'm like, oh, it's only half an hour late. It'll be fine. In the half hour that I wasn't on, all of the 3-day passes had already sold out. They were all gone. So I was.
I think that's some kind of record.
Yeah. Oh yes, definitely. I was then trying to buy 3 individual day passes, and basically the website just crashed over and over and over and over again. And I was frantically mashing F5 and swearing to Brian on Facebook about how the website's not working and I'm gonna miss all the tickets, and it was pretty stressful, but we ended up getting them, so that's good.
I was at my job in the excuse me, the storage room for my job, and like Dave messaged me. He's like, "It's okay, I got the tickets." Like I was literally like jumping around. Like I was literally jumping around like an old prospector. Like literally, like I just found my pot of gold.
PAX is getting really crazy, man. I mean, I think this might actually. I mean, if I had this much trouble getting tickets this year, just imagine what it's going to be like next year. This might actually be our only opportunity to actually go to PAX without.
Well, the only PAX that's bigger than PAX East, obviously, is PAX Prime.
Yeah, but they just keep. I mean, they just keep escalating. You know, every year they just keep getting harder and harder and harder to get tickets for.
Well, because
it's a good convention.
It's a very good convention. It's centered around the fans. It's not like an industry convention like E3. It's designed for the general public to go in and try out the new games that are coming out within the next year or two, and just have a grand old time.
It was funny because I was watching like Will Wheaton's like PAX East commencement speech or something like that for like the first PAX East. Yeah, he did.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah, he did like a.
Why are you saying it like that?
Say it like that.
And he was like telling like the history of conventions and stuff, and he basically at one point just said, and then E3 sucked so much that we made this, and now we're all here in Boston in April, and you know, it was good. It was pretty fun.
My God. Like I watched some of his PAX East videos. Like he does like I don't know if he does it mostly at PAX Prime or PAX East, but he does like every year he does like a D&D session with some other guys who
that's
work
at PAX
Wizards.
Prime.
Oh, that's at. I thought it was PAX Prime. I wasn't sure if they did it at PAX East as well, but I watched some of those and they are hilarious videos.
Yeah, they are. They're hilarious.
They are pretty funny videos. It's like his name is AFL.
He's not even in it anymore, though. He dropped out in like 2011 or something like that.
Did he really?
Yeah, it's a different guy now.
Yeah, because I guess it's because of like he's got his own thing, Geek and Sundry, and Andrew, are you really pointing a sonic screwdriver at the screen?
I don't have a sonic screwdriver.
It looks like from my image that you're pointing a sonic screwdriver at the screen.
It's my Galaxy.
Oh, it's your Galaxy. Why are you pointing your Galaxy at the screen?
I am looking at a picture and saving the funny pictures, or nerdy pictures, actually, very nerdy pictures.
Oh my God.
Dude, have you ever been to this website? Hold on.
Send me the link.
I will. It's great. I get all my wallpapers from here, and my Dova Kitty.
Oh my Dova Kitty.
Dova Kitty.
So, at this time, like, okay, how many of you guys are actually like? Again, for those listening in from either Blog Talk Radio or watching our Twitch stream, just go ahead and call into the show. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from our fans. Like, what do you think about the stuff we're talking about? Because right now, I want to discuss the next-gen consoles. Like, hardcore, the next-gen consoles. Like, right now, PS4, Xbox One, and yeah, I know that a lot of people don't count it, but the Wii U is also considered a next-gen console. So right now, like Wii U, I'm not including in this question, but between PS4 and Xbox One, who do you think has a stronger foot right now in the door?
I mean, I don't own either of them, so it's kind
Neither
of hard
do I.
to say.
It is kind of a hard question. I mean, just for numbers' sake.
From what I've heard, the Xbox One had a better launch lineup than the.
Yeah, like
I
actually have a list of the launch games from both consoles in my notes, and this is strictly the console exclusive launches. I'm not adding in ports like Battlefield, Call of Duty, or Assassin's Creed.
Well, you can get that for either one, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly. A, you can get them for either one, and B, they are literal ports. And if you're gonna get those games like Battlefield 4, don't get Battlefield 4 on consoles. Period. You get that shit on PC.
I am terrible at first-person shooters for PC, but I bought it for PC just for the simple fact that when I die, I want it to look beautiful.
Like in terms of PS4 release styles, you have Knack, Killzone Shadowfall. I include Need for Speed Rivals with support, so that's out of the list. Resogun, Contrast, Dive Kick, Flower, Playroom.
Dive Kick is also a port.
Oh, then
or it's not. It's on PC as well.
Sound Shapes, Super Motherload, Trying 2, The Complete Story, and Warframe. And that's PS4. Xbox One, you have Crimson Dragon, Dead Rising 3, Fighter Within, Forza 5, Killer Instinct, which hasn't released yet, but these are the launch titles.
Killer Instinct's definitely released. What are you talking about?
Oh, it did come out?
I mean, I saw it at a fighting game tournament last week or something.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure it's.
Loco Cycle, Power Star Golf, Rise, Son of Rome, Xbox Fitness, and that's about it.
See, none of those really stood out for me besides Rise, Son of Rome.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? A lot of people have been complaining about this. You see it a lot more in this current generation.
Killer Instinct came out November 22nd.
Okay, so Killer Instinct's doing it. Rise is doing it. Forza is abusing the fuck out of it. Pardon my language, but it is. The constant stream of microtransactions. Like, I can't even, on some of these guys, I can't even call them microtransactions. Like, I was talking with someone earlier about this exact topic, and I brought up Forza 5 as, like, one of the prime examples, because that game, like, you can go through the traditional grind and unlock those cars the traditional method by either, playing the game for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on end. But if you don't want to do it that way, you can spend real world money on some of these cars, and some of them are like $5, $10, $20, $50, $60 on a single car, and I'm like, that's not a microtransaction. That's a transaction.
That's a lot of money.
That is ridiculous. I mean, I understand that like League does it. That's on the most they offer is $100, but who spends like in one transaction? I'm not talking about over the course of your time playing
I've
League.
never bought more than like 20 Riot points at a time.
Yeah,
$20 worth of it.
Also, League is completely different because League is a free-to-play game, and Forza is not a free-to-play game.
Right, so you're talking about dropping $60 on the game and then another $60 on a car?
You already spent $60 on the game. You should not. There shouldn't even be the option to spend $60 on a car. It's just not right.
Like, that is ridiculous.
That is. You know what game also looks good? I'm just throwing this out there. Tom Clancy's The Division.
I want to play that game so bad.
That game,
you have no idea.
Dude, I'm just so excited to be like, if I'm like I work in produce department, so like when it's not busy, I go hang out in the back. So like I'm just looking forward to the idea that my friend can be like, "Hey, I need your help as a drone real fast," and I'm like, "All right, let me go in the back, get my phone, do this, log on," and then be like, "All right, tagging enemies, boom, dead. All right, going to put out vegetables."
Well, they're all dead. I'm gonna go put vegetables on the shelf.
Be right back. We need bananas.
Oh,
that's like next level slacking right there.
That is very next level. I mean, I like the smartphone integration that some of these games are doing, but there's like some of them that are just like, why do it? I mean, I like Rise. Rise is trying to implement tablet capabilities, and I'm like, what are you gonna do? Really, what are you going to do with that shit? It's crazy. Like, what do you think?
Well, Need for Speed Rivals has the I forget what it's called, but like you can look at people's like sessions and you can like damage someone's car or repair it or like drain or give them more nitrous or steal their power-ups, and you can like mess with them as they're playing the game. So that's one kind of thing that it's like through a web client, but you know that's something you could easily do over a phone. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more things like that.
Like, you gotta really wonder where this generation is going. I mean, there's not that big of a graphical jump from PS3 to PS4 right now.
Well, you know, the you never see the full potential of the console right at the release, right? Like, look at a game like Perfect Dark Zero, you know, like a release Xbox game.
Oh my god, that game sucked.
compared to, I mean, just graphically speaking. Like, look at that game and then compare that to like Halo 4, and it's on the same hardware, but the
That's
the
true.
difference is like night and day.
Oh
with the
my god,
graphics.
Halo 4 had some great scenery porn.
Dude, alright, I'm gonna tell you probably the most embarrassing Halo story of my life.
Oh dear.
I'm a good Halo player. I'm not some scrub. I'm been fragging noobs since Halo Combat Evolved. I'm really awesome with like plasma grenades and all that, and I'm pretty good at SWAT. I mean, I've carried SWAT games all the time, but this isn't campaign, so this makes it even worse. Um, right off the bat, when you're in the ship and you're just fighting your way through hordes of Covenant, I'm just destroying them, just plowing through aliens, elites, grunts, whatever. Just all of them gone. I get to the part where you have to like kick the nuke into place so you can launch it to the Covenant ships and like save the day. And I'm doing it, and then like the part where the gravity field just opens up and you have to run back inside before you get like sucked into the Forerunner world because it was like sucking everything towards it. So you run back inside, so you actually in like some cover. Well, I'm running and it's flinging all the items towards me, and I'm just running. And then my friend says something. I turn to acknowledge him, and I turn back around, and I turn back around to my just me running into this thing. I just get thwacked, and that was my first death in the game. I just got hit by a giant container.
Yeah.
How long have you been sitting on that, Brian?
Since he started the story.
I'm proud of that.
That's a very sad one. That's a
That was
very
my-
sad
like-
trombone-worthy story.
That's my first death in Halo 4 was being hit by a container.
Well, I am not a first-person shooter man in the least. Dave can attest to this completely.
Your target practice.
I am
Good-
target practice.
Good
That
old
is-
target. Good old
Someone's
target.
gotta do it.
practice.
That is my nickname in first-person shooters because I would be that one guy who's standing in the middle of the open field trying to find someone to shoot, and then a sniper gets me because I suck.
Somebody's gotta
Or
be.
literally anyone gets you because you're just standing still in the middle of an open field.
Exactly. Exactly.
Spinning around with your gun in the air.
It is that bad. It is that bad. Like it's oh my god, I am like I'm just gonna have my camera into here because I can. In the middle of a live, everybody.
But yeah, anyway, back to what we were saying about
This is a
the
professional operation right here.
I am
Yes.
very professional right now.
back what we were saying about next gen consoles. I just really think it's funny what the Chinese kids did when they got forced to do that labor and whatnot. Where they
Oh
just
yeah.
I found that so hysterical. I'm like, good for you though, like, cause like that's just messed up to do. Like,
That is very messed up to do.
it's so bad. Like, I heard about that and I was like, did that really just happen?
Like at the store I work at when I'm not doing research and producing this, my store didn't even get a single Xbox One when the system launched.
Really?
Yeah, my store didn't. The company as a whole got 68 units of Xbox Ones to sell on launch day. And they sent them to the 10 best stores in the company that sold games. Obviously, we're a regional-based company, so obviously all 10 stores were on Long Island and in Manhattan.
Uh-huh.
My store got zip.
That's terrible.
Whereas with PS4, my store did get PS4 units.
Because I guess PS4 had better
Well,
shipping.
Sony likes my company better than Microsoft a little bit because we sell their TVs.
Okay.
Microsoft, they're like, who are you guys? You're a regional-based company that's been around in the New York, Jersey, tri-state area for 100 years? Who are you?
Yeah, but I was gonna say.
100-year-old mom-and-pop shop with 66 stores? Yeah.
I was in my store last year, and I got this from my dad for Christmas. It was an Atari remake system with all like 75 built-in
Oh
games.
my god, I saw that. We have
And
that at my store.
They have a Sega Genesis one now too, where you can actually put the Sega cartridges into the thing.
Yeah, like I was watching a video on last Saturday. It was actually the Annoyed Gamer, and He was like, yeah, this console generation currently everything sucks. I got this like $40. I'm gonna go play
Yeah,
my
it's
old.
like
The emulator comes with like 80 games installed on the emulator, and it's got the port. So if you have your Sega games, you can do that.
I thought that was really good. Like I wish
I
they
am
did
tempted.
that.
I am tempted to get that myself.
But my dad and I were playing Asteroids, and my dad was kicking my ass. It's like,
Oh, Asteroids.
because I tried to get my dad to play like Asteroids.
Did
in,
the
like, 7th grade.
Atari?
It came with the controllers.
Did it come with ET?
I did not.
Oh, that would have been a landmine. It's like, you know what? We come with great Atari games and ET, the worst Atari game, the worst video game ever made
That's
on the
debatable.
Atari.
Okay.
Because if I can't call it the worst video game ever made, because well,
There's a lot worse.
there's a lot worse. Superman 64 is by far one of the prime examples of that. And so, I think we've gone long enough on consoles. Let's switch over to. Have you guys been following what's been going on with YouTube?
Oh, the content thing.
The content ID thing, which is kind of relevant to us. Like, granted, we are very, very small in the grand ocean that is YouTube.
Pulling up an article so I don't go in blind here.
Yeah, apparently YouTube has been going around making content ID claims. Like, the YouTube implemented a new system where the system has been going in and making content ID claims on behalf of various companies, saying, "Hey, you're using this company's content."
Oh, okay. Here you go. They
illegally
released
and without a permission. And they've mostly been hitting like Let's Players and
Oh well, yeah.
and independent review sites. And these guys are like, "What the hell? I'm using this content for review and parody, which is legal under the fair use laws."
I mean,
And apparently some of the companies that are laying claim are like companies that either don't exist, don't really have claim, or are dead. Like, one guy got hit with a claim from THQ, and I'm like, when I heard that, I was like, but THQ
THQ is not a company anymore.
THQ doesn't exist. I mean, I have a clip. I have a clip I want to play for you guys. It's from Angry Joe. Angry Joe. If you don't know who Angry Joe is on YouTube, well, go check him out. He's one of the most.
They were liquidated like last year, right?
THQ, yes, they were. But I want to play this clip real quick from YouTube because it's very relevant to what we are talking about. Let's have a look. If I can
get it to work.
Yes. Am I on the right source?
I mean, like, and there's people that are talking about it, like,
other
you got Notch
copycat
with
bills
Minecraft,
and
where he's
continue
like,
to
"Listen,
flood Congress and
promote my
all
game."
that with all that shit, while also fucking let's just apply direct pressure
I don't know
to
what YouTube is doing lately.
They're gonna apply. They're gonna
it just
squeeze
seems like
the
insanity.
fuck out of YouTube, and they're gonna make YouTube do something as
first
stupid
with like
as
the
this, a blanket
changing all the
system that
comments
makes
to use
everyone
Google
a
Plus,
criminal.
and people post like the entire script of Star Wars or something because there's
Yeah,
no
I mean,
character
like-
limit. Like YouTube is
that was
just
a
screwing
small snippet
everything
of
up
his
lately.
entire rant. Like, when this video, I'm gonna put this video up on YouTube, like our episode up on YouTube, and underneath the description and also on our website, there'll be a link to that rant and his subsequent rant about how YouTube can fix this issue, because he brings up a lot of valid points. And then there was also on Rev3's website, there was a Adam Sessler had a thing where he did he had the guys who do this game, insert the game here is awesome. I don't know those guys. Total Biscuit.
Total Biscuit.
They had Total Biscuit on there, and Total Biscuit
Okay.
brought up had a lot of good points for what he was talking about. So, like, this entire blanket system is retarded.
I agree. I mean, there's so many companies. Like, here, I just pulled up an article on it.
Honestly, I'm just glad that I don't try and make my money on YouTube because it seems like YouTube is just doing everything they can to make
Make it
content providers' lives just absolutely miserable.
Yeah, and guys, I'm gonna pip this out one more time. Like, once again, those of you who are listening right now, either through Blog Talk Radio or Twitch TV, call into the show. We want to hear your thoughts on some of this stuff that's going on. It's 347 numbers right there at the bottom of our screen if you're watching the Twitch feed. 347-637-3079. And that's for those of you who are listening live. If you're watching this after we've recorded, well, you missed your chance. Leave your comments in the comment section below for your thoughts on everything we've been talking about. And you know what? Like, my God.
If you're a YouTuber or an aspiring YouTuber, we'd like to hear from you.
I want to hear from you as well, yeah. Like,
Because personally, I just do this for funsies. I don't really care if I, you know,
I mean, I kind of
it
like if this
goes anywhere, if I
like, if
ever
this
make
goes
money or
any-
anything
yeah,
like
if
that.
this goes anywhere to where I can start making an income out of this, that where I can live comfortably, like that'll ever happen with the way I am and the way I make money.
But you're just like, yeah, I just waste way too much money for that
I
stuff.
waste way too much money to make a living on just YouTube money. I am not like some of those guys who make like some people live paycheck to paycheck. Some of them have very healthy lifestyles where they can,
Oh boy, the not safe for work stories I could tell about you wasting money.
oh dear.
That I could tell the world.
No, how
I
about
think
we-
you know which story I'm talking about too.
Oh, I do. I know exactly
okay.
which story you're talking about.
It's okay.
It is
I'm not gonna
safe
tell.
for work.
I'm not
Folks,
gonna tell.
you will
It's fine.
never hear that story. It is not safe for work.
You'll probably never hear that story. Maybe if Brian makes me really mad one day, I'll tell the story.
That's very hard to do, actually. It's very hard to make Dave mad.
But
It
I'm not
really
gonna do
is.
it right now.
But yeah, like we got plenty of like. There's also on the outside of the bad news that's been going on.
I'm watching a Battlefield streamer, and he flies helicopters. He's really good at it, and he threw. There's a trick you can do where you pick support and you throw an ammo pack on your helicopter, and it just like kind of sticks to your helicopter as you fly it around. So the people who are like in your doors, they get like infinite stingers because you have an ammo pack on top of your helicopter. But he threw it and it landed like right on his cockpit glass, and when he got in, he couldn't see where he was going.
Oh my God!
And he was swearing. It was entertaining.
Very.
This is why I love live streaming.
That is a very entertaining live stream. That
So
really.
that's why. So if you guys hear me just giggling for no reason, probably has something to do with that.
Oh God, Dave. That is just so funny. My God, that is very, very funny. I can't even think of words to use.
You're just like, Dave, why are you talking about random Battlefield 3 streamers? Come on, get your head in the game.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Like here, this was the other
Brian's
thing. with YouTube.
Brian's secretly super mad at me right now.
No,
This is
I'm
the other. This is the other thing with YouTube, Brian. That with Notch and Minecraft. This is what he put up when that was happening like a while ago.
This is what he put up.
Yeah, it was not for this current time, but the last time they changed that, and they were trying to get him to do pretty much take revenue off of that. So I'm like, they're going around to the people asking them. Like this is like over the summer, I believe it was, but like the relevance was just to the topic of the thing, and I was like, it was kind of a scary tweet. It was like that's like
That is
He
a
was-
very scary tweet.
because that's like it's tempting because that's like an indie game that got
actually gonna pull
incredibly
this
big.
tweet up for people.
That's an
You
indie
guys
game
are
that
gonna
got
see
so
this
huge.
tweet. It is that scary of a tweet. We
Like,
had
and
we had a meeting with YouTube and got told we could get a cut of all Minecraft video ad revenue. It was tempting.
I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that.
Oh no, but I'm saying though, like, I mean, I know their stance has always been that, like, okay, you're promoting our game, you're putting it out there for us, you're making people want to play it. Like, I've watched numerous people just do games, and I'm like, I have to buy this game. That looks amazing. I want to do that. Like, that's pretty much. I don't watch the whole company's video of, like, oh, here's our gameplay, whatever. No, I watch random people. Like, I'm all for just like some random guy on the internet just watching, just playing the game, doing his own thing. He's not like promoting whatever.
That
He's just there doing his thing.
that is really really silly. But my God, like.
Could have been terrifying.
It could have been. And speaking, and like continuing on this trend of like, because I don't want to continue making this entire episode just based on bad news. I want good news out of this, and some good news did come out recently. Like, there was a announce date for Elder Scrolls Online.
4/4/2014.
Yes, indeed. It is coming out April 4th, 2014. Why I said October, I have no clue.
So let's take bets on how long before it becomes free to play.
A month.
Oh, yeah.
A month.
A month.
That's. I have a little more confidence than I was gonna say like 3 months.
You were
I
going to
could
say
see
3
that.
months?
Yeah.
I could see.
I mean,
I'm
a month is like that's pretty. I mean, you
gonna
just
go
have
with
like no
you know what?
faith at
I'm
all.
gonna do it 2 months. I'm gonna do that.
She's
I'm
gonna
gonna
split
say
the
2.
difference.
Just I'm gonna split. I'm gonna call you on your bluffs and whatnots.
You're going to call me on my bluff.
Even though no one's bluffing here, but you know what?
I
But
think whoever's right, the other people should have to like buy him currency and
Buy him
Elder Scrolls
currency.
Buy
Online.
him currency.
In Elder Scrolls Online when it goes
Elder
free to play
Scrolls
because it
currency.
will go free to play. There's no way it's gonna actually succeed as an MMO, and I actually think it's kind of insane that like it's still being marketed and released as a subscription-based MMO.
$15
There
a
are
month.
there are exactly 2 video games that succeed in the subscribed
Monthly.
model,
And
and
those two
that's
are-
it. And there will never be any other games.
And those
do
two,
it.
those two are.
WoW and EVE Online. That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
I can agree
Yeah,
with that.
I'll agree with that.
I was
how
into
ma-
it.
WoW has currently what? 7 million players.
And actually, even both of those games have like WoW has its like extended trial thing, and EVE has all kinds of extended trials, and EVE also has Plex where you can buy game time with in-game currency, which is just super friggin' weird, but it works for them because they're crazy Icelandic people, and nothing
Speaking
they
of
do makes
WoW.
Nothing
they
to
do
what
do
I
makes
makes
sense.
Speaking of WoW, I've been digging watch people play Hearthstone.
Oh my
Yes.
God! Where did this come from?
I want it.
Like I
Yeah, man,
don't
I've been
know
watching
where
Hearthstone
Hearthstone
too.
came from.
It just came out
Actually-
of nowhere and it looks awesome.
Actually, one of my favorite Magic the Gathering streamers switched to like just totally switched from Magic to Hearthstone. And
Really?
He completely 100% gave up Magic.
Yeah, 100% switched to Hearthstone.
That's impressive.
And I really want to play Hearthstone now because he was pretty good at Magic. And I
Like I'm trying to get I've been trying to get like Beta Key for so long. Like I just follow streamers that do like I know a lot of League streamers are using Hearthstone because when you're in the upper elos, the queues are really long. So they've been streaming and they've been playing Hearthstone in between queues. Once the queue
I'm
pops,
sure
they
you
stop
heard.
playing.
Did you hear about the contract?
I was just about
that
to go into that. For
players
the
have?
contract for the pro players, they can no longer play games. Well, they canceled the
Specifically, every Blizzard game is
specifically
on the
no
list.
Blizzard games. So like 'cause I
No
know, like,
Blizzard games allowed.
like
So let me get this straight, because this is actually news to me.
Yeah.
A League pro player cannot stream Hearthstone
Okay,
can't-
if you
by contract.
all right,
pull
hold
up.
on.
I'll get a
Wait,
link.
it requires a little bit of explanation because Riot's doing this thing where if you get into LCS, which is the big Riot League of Legends championship, that Riot pays you for being a competitor in LCS. So basically, you work for them for as long as you're in LCS. But you also have to sign this contract, which is, has terms, and among the terms are you are not allowed to live stream any, there's like a whole bunch of random shit. But every single Blizzard game is specifically named on the
Alright,
list. It's actually
what it
kind of
said.
hilarious.
This is what it said. Blizzard, Diablo franchise, StarCraft franchise, Warcraft, World of Warcraft franchise, Hearthstone, Valve, Dota 2, S2 Games, Hero of New Earth, Petroglyph Games, Rise of the Immortals, Infinite Crisis, Dawngate, Zynga, you couldn't play Solstice Arena, Realm of the Titans, I can't even read who that is, Smite, Monday Night Combat, Guardians of Middle
He
Earth,
threw an ammo
Sins
pack
of
on
the
his
Dark
cock.
Age, Warhammer Online, Wrath of Heroes, Awesome Not, Bloodline Champions, Demigod, Fat Princess, I think that says, Land of Chaos Online,
I used to friggin' love
and
Fat Princess.
Crasher. So I mean, it was. I mean, they overturned their decision because they realized it was being stupid. But
Cake
I mean,
for everyone.
it was just. Oh wait, there's more. Sorry, there's another half of this page. Warlock, World of Tanks, World of Warplanes, Poker Stars, Full Tilt, like poker. Like they couldn't play poker during the stream.
What?
Alright, well, I can see. Alright, well, Maybe because gambling's a little frowned upon in some societies, but
Well, that's understandable. I mean, like I think it's hardcore.
I mean they have some good things like stuff
Because
they can't do.
a lot of league players are South Koreans. So, and I think South Korea has very, very, very strict gambling laws.
No, no, it has nothing to do with that. That has nothing
That's
to do with
I
that.
think that's just a moral.
Because there are a lot of really good Korean league players, but the league players who stream are almost entirely North American or European.
Like I just
Who,
found it
who have
so
the
funny.
big who have the big stream followings.
Like I just found it so funny though that they just like put all like, and I know like Dyrus, top laner for Team Soul Mid, was like he plays WoW and he plays like Hearthstone, and I've seen him
Yeah,
play.
everybody plays Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun looking.
I've never played Hearthstone. I mean, it looks interesting,
Oh,
but
dude, I've never played. You need a beta key.
oh, it's in beta still.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a full-on release because I'm seeing
No.
so many people streaming. I'm like,
Nope.
oh, it must be.
And a lot of people are giving away beta keys, and I'm like, why do?
Yeah, it's one of those like gigantic betas that it seems like every single person in the world is in the beta except for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone else is in the beta.
it's like the guy next door is in the beta.
It's like how remember when I was complaining that like Dota 2 would never ever go actually full release and it would just stay in beta forever?
Well,
Like remember that like 6 months ago or whatever?
yeah.
That's kind of how Hearthstone is right now.
Well, it's not anymore.
It's just a massive beta, and everyone is in it except for me. I'm not in it, and you guys aren't in it.
No.
But everyone
Well,
else,
Hearthstone,
literally every other person in the world is in Hearthstone.
I look at the Hearthstone plays. I'm like, oh, it plays almost exactly like Magic,
does
except
not
you don't need
any
land in the deck.
Magic. No, it does not play like. Well, it's like it has some similarities to Magic, but I really don't think it plays like Magic at all.
I really don't know what's going on when I watch it. I'm just like, oh, he got that guy good. Like, just
His
like
one
the,
thing,
some
his
of the
one
plays I can
picture,
understand.
his one picture hit the other picture, and then a big red number came up. Yeah.
And then I'm getting your hero can attack too. That's what I'm understanding.
If your hero has actual attack.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then there's the power up things that you can do, so you can like add two.
Yeah, there's Hearthstone is an interesting game. I expressed my interest in joining the Hearthstone beta, so hopefully in a week or two I'll get a beta key. I'll get to play. So.
I don't think we're that big yet, Dave. I
No,
don't think
well,
we're that.
I participated I participated in the Heart of the Swarm beta when that came out.
Oh,
So
that's right, you did. I forgot.
hopefully Blizzard will see my illustrious history as a prior beta tester for them, and they'll send me.
And you get your beta key from.
Yeah.
Like,
not a-
are they going to release it as its own individual title, or is it going to be implemented
Yeah.
through WoW?
It's its own title.
No, it's absolutely its own game.
Oh. Well then,
Kinda-
I mean, like Blizzard can pretty much make whatever game they want because at this point they literally have infinite money. I think at this point we can clearly say Blizzard has infinite money.
I think StarCraft is kind of a miserable failure though at this point.
And I
Really,
see WoW
Heart
going
of the
down.
Swarm kind of killed StarCraft for you that bad?
I mean, well, Blizzard's attempt at copying LCS, Blizzard came out with WCS, and WCS completely murdered the North American tournament scene. Like there are no North American tournaments left anymore because
yeah,
of
and
the
also like
ridiculously restrictive WCS rules.
well, on top of that, MLG itself.
I mean, here, let me look at the front page of Twitch TV right now, and I'll tell you where StarCraft 2 is. Okay, so here's the featured games in order of viewership. We have in first place League of Legends with almost 78,000 viewers. Then we have Super Street Fighter
Obviously.
4. We have Super
Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter 4. Yeah, it's probably a fighting game tournament going on with 32,000 viewers.
Okay.
Then we have Call of Duty Ghosts with 20,000 viewers.
Of
Yuck.
course.
Then Hearthstone with 16,000 viewers.
Minecraft.
Minecraft with 13,000 viewers.
Minecraft has more than Dota, World of Warcraft,
Dota
and
2.
StarCraft.
Dota 2 with 11,000 viewers.
You would think
That-
Dota 2 would be higher up on that list.
Then WoW with 11,000 viewers, and then StarCraft in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th place with only 9,000 people watching StarCraft. So, okay, maybe miserable failure is like a little bit too harsh, but StarCraft has definitely fallen from its position
it
as
is
like
fallen from grace.
king of esports. You know.
No, King of Esports right now is pretty much League.
It's definitely League.
League
There's
is
no
bar
competition.
none king of esports.
That makes me really sad because I really like StarCraft too. But
I'm watching some Capcom fighters right now, and this does not look fun to watch.
No,
If you're-
like we know a bunch of people who
I mean, I
enjoy
can see if you were there personally, like it'd be, I guess the
What
but-
game, what fighting game were they playing next to us when we went to MLG in Dallas that wing year, Dave? Or was it it wasn't Injustice, was it
it might have been Injustice. Are you sure it wasn't?
I don't think it was I think it was the new Mortal I think it was the Mortal
Maybe it was Mortal
I think it was
Kombat
Mortal
versus DC
Kombat.
Universe. It was probably Mortal Kombat versus DC
Now,
Universe.
I
No,
felt
it
like,
wasn't Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe because that game was way older than when we went. I think it was
Oh yeah, you're right. It was the Mortal Kombat. It was like the Mortal Kombat remake.
Yeah, it was the
it was
newest
in-
Mortal Kombat.
what you call it, Injustice. I found that was really like if you have a staff or a ranged weapon, you're like Robin or you're like Nightwing, or you're
Or Green
Aquaman.
Arrow.
You just win. Like you just win. Like you can't fight it. Like I'm bad at fighting games, but like I just found you cannot fight that. Like I'm playing my friend who's equally as bad, and like have no prior experience in fighting games, and like I just found if you have staff or a long range weapon, you win.
Yeah,
like,
that
that's
sounds
the-
about right.
That was and I feel that game was really unbalanced because of that.
Well, I mean that might be like true at like a lower level of because you said
Yeah, that's
you and your friend
yeah.
are bad at fighting games.
Yeah.
But for people who are not bad at fighting games, I think it's.
Yeah, I guess true. I mean, it's the
not
same
so
as like if someone
balanced.
you get counterpicked in League, it's kind of you can always win. I mean, it's just
It's
I
kinda
mean
silly.
any given Sunday.
Well, also like what's good for what is effective for like bad players is not the same as what's effective for good players.
See, I agree and I disagree with that statement because I had someone telling me I was playing in a game and he was like 80 carrying or whatever, and he had some weird runes, and I'm like, dude, you're supposed to do like this, this, and this, and he's like, no, that's diamond level stuff. That doesn't work for us. I'm like,
What?
what?
That's not really
Did-
what I mean.
did he
I
just-
just mean like
But I'm saying though, like that.
No,
that's
I'm not.
kinda-
I'm not saying what to what you're saying.
No, I
I'm
mean,
saying
like,
what to
there are-
like
there
that's
are, like-
diamond level stuff that doesn't work.
basically there are certain strategies or
Right,
game
yeah.
mechanics which
Game
will
mechanics, yeah.
which will be better for newer players, but they lose effectiveness as you get better at the game.
I'm
That's
saying
all
that,
I'm
like,
saying.
I had a guy.
And that's
saying,
like a basic that's like a basic principle
That's a
of
basic principle,
competitive
yeah.
game design.
See, and now I'm watching the stream, and I see this guy's got an Xbox controller, but this guy's actually using the arcade thing. So I guess you can use whatever your preference is. I didn't know that. I kind of thought they would standardize that. You have to use this.
I guess not.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh my god. So, okay. So, that's pretty much like, wow. I'm trying to
Process.
process that. Like the competitive circuit this year. Like, the only thing that's worth watching is League, and like I'm starting to get well. I can't say I'm starting to get better at League because I am still about as.
You're god awful at League of Legends.
Gotta
let's
get
just-
more farm.
So-
Let's just call us
Andrew,
let's just
you,
call us
I just
Swedish.
realized, Andrew, you never got to tell the Pantheon story.
Oh, the Pantheon story.
You have to tell the Pantheon
Let me-
story.
First of all, I'm logged into League right now, so let me pull up your record in this game because it's absolutely hysterical. I'll pull up my record for this game too. I was playing Vi that game, I do believe.
I think you were.
Was I Jinx or Vi? No, I was Jinx that game. I was 80 carrying. I went 15, 10, and 11, which isn't fantastic, and I'm not a professional. But and then Brian that game was Mantheon.
Nipple Inspector.
Went. Did you play at all today? No, you
Today,
didn't.
no. I literally woke up this morning.
Okay. Oh, you went to work. That's right. Never
I
mind.
went to work and
You
then I was.
were 3:15 and 3.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Actually, I remember I was playing with Brian. Okay, I'm gonna find this game in my match history.
Was this yesterday as well, Dave, or was
Yeah,
it?
it was the Lux game. I was Lux, and who are you? Vladimir?
I think it was Vlad.
Vladimir?
He was
And Brian was
114
like-
and 2.
Brian was just playing so terribly. I was like, Brian, if I didn't know you
Well,
personally.
He had a
No,
good
I was
last
Pantheon.
game.
I was Pantheon. I know what game you're talking about. I
Oh,
was Pantheon.
okay.
Like first off,
Yeah, I
I was
okay,
like,
first
Brian,
off,
if I didn't know you personally, I would think you were trolling me right now.
okay, there's two types of bad Pantheoning going on. Well, first off was my bad Pantheon record because I'm just terrible at playing League.
Falling in the middle of fights and die.
Well, the other one was one game I literally left the fountain left the base without purchasing any items at the beginning of
I
the
do
game.
remember that was with me.
I was like,
No. In my game, it was even worse. Brian goes, "Oh, all I have is potions." I was like,
Oh,
"Brian,
Brian. Here's why you're dying. I'm looking
no,
at
you
your
have to
masters right
wait.
now.
Okay, listen. No, wait. You have to hear this first before you give Brian advice. Okay, so here, this is what happens. So Brian leaves the base with 5 potions and nothing else. And he goes, "Oh, I only have potions." I was like, "Brian, why do you only have potions? Go buy a cloth armor because you should have 300. You should have 300 gold left over." So he goes back and instead of just buying a cloth armor, he sells all of his potions and buys a cloth armor. And
no, I
not
didn't
like
even.
and
I
not
didn't,
the and not the unbuy option. He like literally sells
Literally,
them.
so you get like what? You get
So he
30
he
gold?
loses half of his gold. So he loses
Yeah.
like 70 gold, and he buys a cloth armor, and it doesn't have potions. I was like, "Brian, why'd you sell your potions? Now all you have is a cloth armor, and you need some potions." So he sells his cloth armor.
I did not sell my cloth
Yes,
armor.
you did, because you came to lane with no items and no money. He goes, "Oh, I wasted all my money." I was like, "How do you even do that?"
Is that even possible?
Just like the game just starts and Brian is already 400 gold in the hole because he doesn't know how to use the shop. So he just manages to somehow it's like real life. He starts with 400 gold and he does some Brian math and it all just mysteriously disappears. He has no idea where it went or what happened to it.
Yes, and that story will not be told
He
to
came
the general public.
he came to lane with not a single item, not even a trinket, nothing. No items and he told me he had no money to buy items with.
This episode on Game Nation Live, PS4, Xbox,
So-
PS4 versus Xbox One, YouTube controversy. How bad is Brian at League?
So I know Brian has been saying he's going to do like a series on him playing League of Legends.
Well, not just
badly.
me, like me and a bunch of other people who have
I'm going to
absolutely
join
no,
this as well.
no
I've
idea.
I've seen some games. There are other people who stream League of Legends and like their whole angle is I'm really bad. Watch me be really terrible at League of Legends.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let me find this girl. Oh my God.
I've seen them. I've seen some
one
of them.
girl. Oh my
But
God.
let me just say that Brian is unequivocally the worst League of Legends player I have ever seen play the game.
Oh my god.
The very worst.
Oh.
So
Okay,
if you're
she is-
watching this
she
now,
is streaming right now.
so if you're watching this now or you watch this later and you're at all interested in seeing someone just be just absolutely god awful at League of Legends.
I'll stream some of those games too.
And not even god awful in the conventional way, but like also god awful in ways that the developers just never intended. Like Brian just invents like new and awesome ways to just be completely horrible at League of Legends.
Alright, but there's this one stream that I
Make
clicked
sure you
on in the
tune
middle
in.
of the night. Like I stream I randomly watch streams when I'm just chilling in bed and whatnot. And there's this one girl, she streams mid, and now everyone makes fun of her because she's always drinking out of this like wine glass. So everyone says she's like not drinking real
Oh,
wine.
she's a troll. No, I
And,
know,
dude,
I know.
It's so yeah, it's so.
She's
and they
like-
call her a
she's-
fat eater. I'm
No,
like,
she's
oh
a
my God.
friggin' she is a
Yeah.
friggin' genius. She's a genius because
She is.
she gets people so mad at her,
Mad,
and
dude. I
she's just
look at the stream and I'm just like,
playing them, and they keep watching
Yeah.
her because they're like so fucking angry.
angry about it. It's so funny, dude. And then like yesterday, she
There
had
were
like she
4
got a
slices,
cross.
and I ate them all.
She's got a cross on her neck, and she's telling everyone that it's a T for Team Solo Mid. And
Oh
she's-
man,
And I'm
she
like, oh my
just
God,
trolls the
so
ever-loving shit out
brilliant.
of
But I just
she
want to
is.
smack her in the face.
I do not want to smack her in the face. I want to like give her a hug and like buy her dinner for being like
Alright,
such a brilliant person.
I do want to do that at the same time, but I get just really mad when I see people like.
I want to
fucking
just
speak,
I just want to like
cringe.
send her. I want to like send her $100 with like to like have a courier like come to her house and just tell her that she's an amazing person because she's so effective at.
And then
trolling.
send her my way to have her join my team of absolutely god awful League players. And she'd be like,
Maybe you could do a collab with her.
I could do a collab with her, and I think she'd be like, dude, I'm like a pro compared to you.
Like it's so funny. Like she knows it. I'm sure she knows it. Like you don't.
No, she
Nah.
just trolls the hell out of everybody.
It's so
She's
funny, dude. Her team must get so mad at her though in game. Like I couldn't
Twitch
imagine.
TV gets so mad at her.
Oh, yeah, but
Everybody
like,
gets mad at
Twitch
her.
TV
She does it on purpose. She's
Twitch
brilliant.
TV gets mad at her.
She's brilliant. She's an absolute genius.
Oh my. So at this point, we got like an hour left of the show. So I think at this point we should discuss some of the big new releases that are coming out next year. First one I want to discuss is, I know Dave, you're not that big of a fan. Andrew, are you a Metal Gear Solid fan at all?
I actually am not. I have not. Listen, the only game I've played with any. I played one Metal Gear Solid, I believe, and then the other game that I played with him in it was Super Smash. That being Snake.
Well, duh. Well, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, which is the first part of Metal Gear Solid 5. It's the prologue to Metal Gear Solid 5. We don't know how long the campaign will be, but it has been both priced and the release date has been announced. Now, I'm going to shock you guys. It's not a $60 price tag.
What?
It is in the way they have it set up. It's going to be launched March 18th of next year in the US and March 20th in Europe. And it will be, according to the article from IGN, will be available in stores on current gen consoles for £29.99 pounds or via download for £19.99, while digital versions for Xbox One and PS4 will set you back £30. And in North America, when you can do the conversion, it's $20 on current gen and $30 on next gen for pricing. So
Okay.
that is actually, that is shocking, because I was thinking this would be, because this is its own independent release.
Uh-huh.
This is an independent release, and you would think that they would sell it at full $60, but this is a really smart move from Kojima to sell this version at $30 pretty much.
Why is that really smart?
Well, because it's like
He's just gonna make less money on the game.
well, it's gonna make less money on this, but it creates hype for Metal Gear for the Phantom Pain, and we don't know if this is gonna be.
Is it like, wait? So what game is he selling for $30?
Ground Zeroes, which is they're doing Metal Gear Solid 5 in like 2 parts. Ground Zeroes is its own individual game, which is like a prequel to.
It's got to be like really short or something. There's got to. I mean, there's no way they can just be selling like a full price game for.
Andrew just takes care of something. So go.
There's no way they can be selling a regular, like what you would expect of a AAA game at $30. It just doesn't make sense.
I kind of agree with you, but at the same time,
It's got to be like what was that Dead Rising game? What was it? I forget.
It was that was more DLC expansion than a full on.
No, there was like
game.
a standalone game, but it was like a lot cheaper.
It brought back the guy.
It came out before. Yeah, it came out like right before Dead Rising 2. You know what game I'm talking about, right?
It came out after Dead Rising. Dead Rising 2 had come out, and this came out afterwards as like a standalone like expansion or something, I think.
Yeah.
Where you played as the guy from the first game.
Yeah, but so you know what I'm talking about though. So
Yes.
I mean, it's got to be something like that. It can't be like what you would expect of any other Metal Gear
We'll
Solid.
find out on we'll find out on March 18th whether it's gonna be a short like 3-4 hour game or a full, let's say, 8-hour campaign. And if it's a full 8-hour campaign at $30, that is a damn good deal.
That's just, well, I mean, yeah, obviously it's a good deal, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Welcome
Sorry
back.
about that. I'm back. I had to shut my computer off upstairs for my brother because he is nagging, and my computer upstairs is atrocious because my mom clicks things and downloads. You know how old people are.
Oh god, get your own desktop.
I have my own desktop now. I just actually don't have a power cord for the monitor. I'm working on getting that. My dad found a monitor in the building, and he works in the city, so it's not like it's just a random building. And
Oh, that building might have monitors.
so yeah, no, that has an electrician.
Just go into
so I need
random
to-
buildings and take monitors because reasons.
Yes. And anyway, what game are we talking about?
Still Metal Gear Solid. We'll get
Okay.
into the next game eventually.
I have a ton of good ones too that I'm very excited for.
Okay, what are you excited for?
South Park, Stick of Truth.
Okay.
Gonna
Really?
be hysterical. I think that's gonna be so fun.
Really?
I like that. Dave's like, really?
I was watching the gameplay for it and it looked kind of funny.
Really?
What?
I don't know. I would never buy one of those games.
I'm gonna try it before I buy it, and of course Destiny.
Destiny has a release date now.
September 9th.
September 9th, people.
Oh,
Next
that's
year,
so
September.
long. That's
But-
so long from now.
And here's the kicker.
Too far.
Here's the kicker, Dave. The Destiny release date was announced for September 9th, but it also comes to beta first on PS3 and PS4. They get
Do we know if Destiny is actually going to be like is it going to be like a real MMO with like big shards, or is it going to be like instanced multiplayer? Like
from what I'm reading, I don't know.
what
I
game
actually-
what game is like that where it's
Shard. Well, Guild Wars 1 was kind of shard instances.
no. That's not what I'm
Guild Wars.
like no, actually like Need for Speed Rivals is a perfect example. They call it's like an always online multiplayer game, but you're only ever playing with like 7 other people or whatever. You know what I mean? Or
So
what
it's
is
not
it?
like you
Or
have
5
like
other
64 players on one map just driving around causing wanton
Yeah.
destruction and getting.
You're just
pulled
kind of
over.
randomly match made with like 7 other people every time you
Well,
play.
if Destiny is going to be a full-on, like full open world with like hundreds and hundreds of players on single servers, as a first-person shooter, that is bold.
Well, that's what I was saying, because that's kind of like I feel like that's kind of the impression they've been giving as they preview the game, but I could also just as easily see it being like more like a Borderlands kind of thing, or like Need for Speed Rivals
Okay.
kind of thing, where it's like it's just always you always just get match made with people and you play through the game, but then you keep your items and shit as you know, from session to session.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just have to interrupt here. I was watching on the thing of upcoming games, and there's an Nvidia Shield commercial. And you guys know the video game high school series?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy that series.
I enjoy it very much, but they were just running part of it in like the Nvidia Shield. I'm like, that's not gameplay. That's real people.
That's a,
Like I know that scene.
I know that
That's
ep-
from
was it from
that's
season 1 or season 2?
It was season 1. When in the first game where he just puts the grenade on his head from that battle.
Oh. Well, they probably got permission from Freddie W. Oh, because this goes
No,
back to
I'm saying-
YouTube. They probably got permission from Freddie W. to do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like, come on, you want to show like actual graphics on this thing because it's like crazy. But back
Wait,
to
were they advertising the Titan or the mini Titan?
the
Oh,
Nvidia- no, the
Do you know
Shield.
how the Nvidia Shield works, Brian?
No, not really.
It's a handheld
Oh, you're
gaming.
talking about the portable
Just-
console.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
the portable one.
Where it streams gameplay from your computer to this handheld device. So your computer does all of the actual work, but you can play it on the handheld.
That is interesting.
What is this?
That is interesting. Like, and going on this new game trend, there's a bunch of new games I'm now excited for. You have Walking Dead Season 2 coming out.
Yes, I'll
I-
be buying that next Tuesday.
I
will
believe
be-
next
I will be
Tuesday, if
purchasing-
the-
purchasing that immediately.
And I am excited that they use, like, I was expecting them to completely introduce a whole new set
Yeah,
of characters.
I'm really glad that they're not just leaving
Clementine, like, just.
it as like a cliffhanger, and you actually get to still play as.
And you
'cause I
play
thought-
as Clementine.
Well, because like what I thought would happen is the guy, like the people from 400 Days, they would be the new main characters, and Clementine would just kind of like make an appearance at some point in the series. But actually playing as her is pretty exciting.
That sounds pretty exciting, because how many.
Although I don't know if it's going to be as easy to kind of like, because with what's his face,
Lee.
the guy, yeah, with Lee, he could really be anyone you wanted him to be, because he was just kind of like a generic, like he's just like a generic guy, and you don't really know much about him. Yeah, but Clementine's already had so much character development that it's like, I don't know if really, because Lee was a good stand-in for the player, you know, like Lee could
Yeah.
be anybody, but Clementine is already Clementine. You know what I'm saying? So it could be
Yeah,
hard.
I guess
It could
I
be
see
hard
what
to
you're-
like kind of put yourself in her place, you know, like you did with Lee.
Well,
I
did any
can
of you
see
guys
that.
play the first episode of Wolf Among Us yet?
Yes, I did.
Friend said it's cool. I want to get it.
That was really fun. I was kind of upset with how they ended the first episode. I was like, no, I was
Winter sales are coming.
But oh my god, Winter Sales. Oh my god.
Who did you get, Brian?
What in the ending?
At the bar. Who did you stop?
Well, I don't want to give spoilers for
You
anyone.
could just say who it was. I mean,
Uh,
everyone's gonna make this choice anyway, so you could just
it
say
was
which character.
which one was it? Was it D
It
or
was the-
Dom at the
yeah.
bar?
It was the. I'm pretty sure it was D.
Yeah, I got whichever one of those two. It was at the bar. I let the Axeman get away. The Huntsman get away.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Cause like Huntsman, like once you that game is like the writing and Telltale. I gotta continue this statement. Telltale right now is by far my number one favorite developer right now. They beat out BioWare so hard right now because of their writing. Their games writing and their choices they make and the impact. Like they actually cause impact in their games. BioWare.
You know what their games are? Is they're
Interactive stories.
They're modern choose-your-own adventure books.
Exactly. And I loved choose your own adventure books as a kid. I love those types of books. I was like, ooh, I'm going to go this way. Okay, turn to page 48. Oh, I'm dead. Oops.
I mean, they're really very simple as games if you think about it, but I still really like them because I think choose-your-own adventure books are great.
Well, now Telltale currently in their current projects list has Walking Dead Season 2, Wolf Among
There's
Us.
so much. That's what I'm worried about. That they have a lot.
Well, here's the thing, though. They do them as very episodic releases, and the main thing people play them for, like, they're not really gameplay heavy. They're not shooters. They're not.
No, they're choose-your-own adventure books. 100%.
So their main focus is on the story. So you really don't. I'm not worried about that. But
That's true.
like I said, Walking Dead Season 2, Wolf Among Us, Game of Thrones.
They're doing a choose-your-own adventure Game of Thrones.
They're a choose your own adventure Game of Thrones, and
How the hell is that gonna work? Because that literally everything that happens in A Song of Ice and Fire has already been written. So
like that here in the background. No, no, it hasn't.
Oh well, okay. But everything so far, like everything that has been written has been written. It's not its own story. It's a story that already exists.
And Telltale, I don't know, Dave, if you know but this, they're now also doing a Tales of Borderlands choose your own adventure game.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm really interested in. Borderlands has never been a series of games that anyone played for the story.
They played it for the action and jokes.
I feel pretty confident in saying that
They
no
played it for the
one
action.
cares about the story or the lore of Borderlands.
I agree
No,
with
they
that.
just care about the gunplay and Handsome Jack. That's it.
And they have pretty witty writing where.
Oh, and Butt Stallion. You can't forget Butt Stallion.
The psycho that wanted you to shoot himself in the face.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Wasn't his name like literally Shooty McFace?
Yeah,
I think so.
Something ridiculously awesome.
I think so. But those are some of the games that are coming out within next year that I am really excited for. Witcher 3, I think, comes out next year. Actually, I'm going to pull up the release titles.
Remember when they put out for the phones the Halo Spartan Assault?
No.
Do you
I
remember?
remember seeing commercials for that.
They're putting that on Xbox One.
And nobody cares. So
I didn't play it. I'm just a Halo fanboy. I'll admit to that.
I know
it's
a lot of
like
Halo
wow,
fans.
a mobile phone port to Xbox.
Yeah, that was, like, I
can
was like,
barely
hey.
contain my excitement.
I was like, this
Okay.
can be cool. And then
So this is what's coming out. Like I'm gonna cover the first quarter of releases. So between January to March, because I'm not including this month because this month is more or less over. There's really nothing worthy coming out this month right now.
Except Walking Dead Part 2.
Walking Dead Part 2, but that's about it.
Which everyone should buy the original Walking Dead and
Yes.
Walking Dead 2 and play them.
Completely agree
What?
with that. If you haven't
I
played
was
that game,
very
get out of that
into the game.
fucking rock you're under right now and play it.
Even if you have no interest in the comic book or the TV series, still buy it and play it anyway.
I'm not a big fan. The TV series for me jumped the shark at episodes ago.
I've never read the comic book, not a single episode of the graphic novel, and I watched like a season and a half of the TV show and thought it was okay. Like I definitely am not a fan of the TV show. I don't hate it, but I just don't really care about it. But Walking Dead Part 1 was absolutely an excellent game.
Yes, it was. So this is what's coming out between January and March next year. We start off with Assassin's Creed Liberation HD. Whoop-de-doo! It's the
handheld?
It's
Is
the
that a handheld
it's a
game?
hand it's the handheld release that's on PSN and it's going to be on Windows as well.
is that what the Black Pirate
Yes, it
Black
was.
I didn't like
With the
her.
black pirate. Yes, you
Nobody
racist
cares.
bastard. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not being racist.
No, I'm kidding.
She's a pirate, right? I didn't even know
Yes.
what she really is.
The Banner Saga, which I have no idea what that is.
Sounds interesting.
Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, buying that. Because I have a feeling that's going to be coming with Battle of Gods, and if it isn't, I will be severely pissed. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
Yes, loved that game.
Yeah, but you don't have a PS4 or Xbox One.
I will not have one ever.
And also, you already have the Tomb Raider games, and from what you told me, they're pretty good.
I
that the-
absolutely loved it. Like,
Did they come?
I
Did
was,
that come out this year? Or was that last
the
year?
remake?
That was
No,
2000.
that was. The
That was
remake
12.
was. Was it?
It was 2012, I believe.
I don't think it was.
To the internet.
To the internet. Assassin's Creed Liberation is also coming on Xbox Live Arcade. Broken Age, which is I believe, from what I'm looking at, a mobile/independent game. Broken Sword: The Serpent's Curse, Episode 2. And then Halo Spartan Assault on the
Which-
360.
That's
Yes.
like nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of like whatever. But
There's like not a single game.
March will be better. Look forward to March.
February. We have Earth Defense Force 2025. Meh. Fable Anniversary. I don't care about the Fable games anymore after Fable 2.
I lied. March will not
Fable
be better.
1 was okay. Fable 2 was amazing. Fable 3 was what the hell.
Fable 3 was like, quick, buy this property, save the world. Oh wait, but your friends die in the end.
Yes. Bravely
I would.
Default.
I would buy another Fable game.
Well,
I
Fable
have
Anniversary
Fable
is just, I think, a relaunch of the first Fable game. Like, it's an HD Anniversary Edition, I think.
I might buy that anyway.
Yeah.
Bravely Default. Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. God damn it, this saga must stop.
I've seen that in. I've seen some Japanese live streamers play that game. It doesn't look like anything.
Here we go. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
I'm still on February.
That's February.
Togeden,
Tomb Raider released March 5th, 2013. I was totally right. You were totally wrong.
Okay. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition for Xbox PS4 is in January. I'm on the Wikipedia page. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. That's probably the only big sale. Tales of Symphonia Chronicles.
What?
Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. Now, if this is a re-release of that Tales of Symphonia game that was on the GameCube, I'm buying that.
You know, there's like 5 or 6 at least
There's
Tales
like-
of blank games,
Yeah,
right?
I know,
There's
there's
like
a shit
it's like
ton
a
of
whole
Tales
huge
games.
series.
Yeah, I know. Like, I know a lot of people play them. Like, Tales of Vesperia was the most recent one. I should pick that up because I hear it's a really good game. Outside of that, Thief comes out February 25th. Apparently, the new Thief game, Dave, comes out
Oh
in
shit!
February.
I gotta buy that. I gotta buy that
Wow.
for sure.
$5 says that gets pushed.
Thief remake. Oh, I'll be so sad. You have no idea.
Divinity Original Sin. And Professor Layton in the Azran Legacy. March.
Okay.
South Park Stick of Truth. Yaya.
Yes.
Ninja Gaiden Z, which Russ showed me this trailer and he called it the most sexist trailer he has ever seen.
Fantastic.
Not sexiest, sexist.
Either way.
I'm not even going to bother pronouncing that. Dark Souls 2 on Windows, PS3, and Xbox 360. And Titanfall for Windows 360 and Xbox on One.
And I will probably buy that as well.
On PC, of course.
Yes.
I will probably join you with that. Blaze Blue. Oh, and the HD remaster no one asked for, Final Fantasy X and X-2. Come out in March.
Final Fantasy X. Square Enix they're such a bunch of cockteases. Everybody just wants them to remaster Final Fantasy VII, and they just won't do it.
I know.
They just refuse to do it.
I know. It is so bad. And then on that same day is Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. We already covered that.
I mean, I guess Final Fantasy X is not like it's not bad, but why not 7? I just don't understand. I think just do it. Just do it.
Nike, just do it.
You know what it is? It's probably like it's like this giant paycheck that they know they can cash it in whenever they want. So they're like waiting until they really need it to do it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna tell myself is the reason that they haven't remastered Final Fantasy VII yet.
Yeah. And then Infamous Second Son comes out in March. And
That'd
then-
be interesting. If I had a PS4, I would definitely buy that.
Well, we won't have a PS4 by then. No, I can assure you that.
I might have a PS4. Who knows?
I
Probably not.
won't. I won't have
But
a PS4.
But I really I liked both of I liked Infamous 1 and 2, both of them.
They were very fun games. And then outside of that, we have Smite, The Witch and the Hundred Knight.
Smite is already on. Smite has been on PC for a really long time.
Well, it
Doesn't really count.
doesn't really count. They only list it as the Windows release. So I'm like, what?
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Is Smite still technically in beta?
I think it's still technically in beta.
Oh, what the hell?
Really?
These betas have gotten really out of hand.
Okay, these are the
Betas
unscheduled
everywhere.
releases right now. For that may be coming out this coming year. Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U. Okay. Borderlands 2 on the PS Vita.
Really? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
That is interesting.
That's interesting.
In quarter 4, we will get Call of Duty 11.
Oh,
Working
What?
title, I'm assuming.
that's.
I think that's a working
title.
title.
Oh, they just know for sure that they're going to release another Call of Duty.
They're just, yeah, pretty much. So they're just giving it a working title.
Just
Call
like
of
they
Duty
do
11.
every single year.
Yeah, that's why I don't get them anymore. Carmageddon Reincarnation. How much time do we have left? We got plenty of time. Carmageddon Reincarnation, Child of Light, D4, Daylight, Don Bradman Cricket 14. That
What?
is a must-buy day one release. Don.
Hey man, it might be a really good cricket game. You have no way of telling.
Exactly. Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, I might buy that as well.
That could be fun.
I just hope it's actually I don't know because like Dragon Age 2 left a really bad taste in my mouth.
Well, Dragon Age Inquisition is a totally different than Dragon Age 1 and Dragon Age 2. Like, Dragon Age Inquisition looks like it's trying to be Skyrim.
I liked Dragon Age 1 though. I really liked Dragon Age 1, and then Dragon Age 2 was just terrible. Just so bad.
A lot of people I know would disagree with you there, Dave.
Wait,
But
what?
there are people who exist who liked Dragon Age 2 because
Yes, I know them.
I know
I
one
don't-
of them too. But
I think we're thinking of the same person here, Andrew.
No. I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm
Someone
talking
from-
about, I don't want to say her name over the internet.
Is she from Jackson?
She's from OCC.
Okay, then never mind. It's not her. But
Okay.
there's two people that have terrible taste.
Terrible taste.
Taste the
Thank
game.
you.
I mean, I enjoyed Mass Effect 3, but that doesn't make me a terrible person.
Dude, I never played
that
Mass Effect in my life, and then
Fix
I picked
that! Right! I am pointing at the wrong
no,
screen.
let me
Fix
say-
that!
Let me say something. I'm not done. And then I picked up 3, and my friends were like, "Yeah, come play. It's got multiplayer story. Doesn't matter." And then I borrowed 1 and 2 and 3, and I played them, and I enjoyed them thoroughly. And then I was like, and
your friend told you, oh, story doesn't matter. You were so full of shit.
for 3's multiplayer. He's like, "We're just gonna play multiplayer. Story doesn't matter." And then I was like playing, and I liked the whole gameplay mechanics, so I was like, I want to play story, but I need 1 and 2. And I
Did
don't
you-
want to buy them.
Okay, so you got one.
I borrowed my friend because he's a big Mass Effect fan. He loves them so much.
I do too.
And
Mass Effect 1 was the best Mass Effect game.
I
I
disagree.
would have to agree.
I disagree. I disagree like a little bit. I think Mass Effect 1 had the best in terms of like true pure RPG elements. Mass Effect 1 was the best.
And honestly, the shooting did not improve that much.
No, but in
Mass Effect
terms
2.
of like story, 2 had a better story than 1. Like, I kind of equate Mass Effect to the Star Wars of video games. Like, the first one, really good. The second one, perfect in almost every way. Like the second one was the Empire Strikes Back. It hit all the right notes. It had the right tempo in terms of story, the right pacing, the just right amount of character development. And 3 was where you hit the Ewoks with the freaking ending.
Well, when I was 10, I thought
I thought the
Ewoks were
beginning.
pretty
I thought
cool.
the beginning of Mass Effect 3 was really bad too. I mean, I'm like the only one who thinks or says this, but it just seems like the very beginning of Mass Effect 3 is just like so much just lower quality than the rest of the game. It's ridiculous.
Anyway,
Just
so
the voice acting is phoned in, and there's just really ugly textures, and it seems like it's almost like a completely different game. I don't know.
well,
It's really weird.
okay, but with Dragon Age Inquisition, the way I saw an actual gameplay demo of this on YouTube somewhere. The game, the developers are pretty much calling it like it's Dragon Age Skyrim, pretty much. It's a open world map.
Okay, well, we'll see about that.
We'll
I don't
see.
really believe that, to be honest.
Drakengard 3, Drive Club with Dying Light, EA Sports UFC.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in that game as well.
Remember when when EA released the Strike Force game?
EA MMA was disgusting.
I
do
feel like
remember
this
that
is going to be
comparison.
that. I feel like it's going to be EA MMA, but with UFC
But
fighters.
what was it? UFC? What was it? UFC Undisputed 2 or whatever. The second game. The first game was good. The second game was.
The second game was
That was bad.
blown wind into a mic.
The second game was really good.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. The third game was
So-
crap.
The third game was all right.
Now,
It was-
a lot of people I know are really excited for this. EverQuest Next. I have no interest in EverQuest
If
Next.
they do it right, it could be cool.
Well, it's coming out on PS4 and Windows.
That's a mistake. PS4 is a mistake.
And then we have...
Putting Diablo on the PS4 and Xbox is a mistake as well.
Well, it's not. How is it a mistake?
I just,
Everyone who's bought it on everyone who's going to buy it on PC has already bought it. Putting it on consoles is nothing but extra money. The game is already done. It doesn't take that much more effort to.
yeah, that's true. I just don't
Make
know.
a
I kind of
console.
just like, I don't think it would work. It just doesn't, for me anyway. For me personally, I didn't think it would flow as well on an Xbox. with
And
the-
Diablo 3 is so much more simple than Diablo 2. I actually think it'll be
It's
fine.
true.
It's retardedly...
Awesome.
Diablo 3 is retardedly simple. Like, if I can understand Diablo from Diablo 3, I'd go into Diablo 2
Actually-
like, what the hell am I doing?
I'm really interested for when they remove the auction house in March or whatever, and they completely overhaul the loot system and stuff like they've been promising to do. I might actually try Diablo again for a couple weeks.
Another game
See if
that's announced next
catches
year
my interest.
is Halo. The new Halo is supposedly coming out next year.
Are they gonna do a Halo every year now as well?
No, I think it's Halo 5. Pretty
Okay.
much.
Now here, I've read some of the books and whatnot, so I know my Halo lore pretty well. I'm very excited. Like, I mean, I kind of knew what was going on here. Like, I know what's going to happen with Cortana. Well, what I think is going to happen anyway.
Well,
is-
Cortana's dead.
No, here's the thing with that. She's dead, but she's an AI. So when Dr. Halsey made her, she has human components. So she has like, you know how she looks like Dr. Halsey, like a younger version of her. She's essentially her with her personality and all that, etc. That AI has like a piece of her skin or DNA or something in it like that has her DNA, and pretty much she's Forerunner technology. Now, what a Forerunner technology can do is with Medicant Bias, when they destroyed him like way back when he revolted against the Forerunners and was working with the Flood, he was able to he was an AI, and he was able to you can transfer from Forerunner rings or ships, and you can go through data streams. Now, when she separated herself from the thing, she put herself in a data stream, essentially. So I think Cortana is floating around in the data stream, and she is going to have to reunite each 8 of her personalities that she split apart. Therefore, you can fix her.
Well, we'll see when Halo 5 comes out.
That's what I think is going to happen. Master Chief's going to have to go around getting all of her emotions, I guess you could say, and like, because she's angry, she split herself into 8 different parts in the end, if you guys remember.
Now, okay, continuing on. They're making a Homefront 2?
I didn't play the first one.
I did, and I regret it.
Yeah, somehow it made enough money to warrant a second one. I don't know why.
It's because it got hyped because of the guy who wrote Red Dawn was responsible for the story or whatever.
Oh, okay.
The original
So,
Red Dawn?
Yeah.
No, I think the remake.
No, it was the original.
Was it the
The-
original?
Yeah, Wolverines, man.
Wolverines.
Everyone got all excited because the guy behind Red Dawn wrote the story for Homefront,
And guess what? It was a complete
and
flop.
it was just a Call of Duty clone. It was really disappointing.
Hotline Miami 2. Wrong number.
I will be buying that.
I still have yet to play the first Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami is absolutely a brilliant game.
I have yet
It's
to.
it's another game that I don't normally like to do the whole hyping games for like people who aren't paying me, but I think everyone should play Hotline Miami.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. Now, this is a very niche market game because you have to have watched the show or read the manga JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to even understand who some of the characters are in this game. Like, it's already out in Japan, but the US release is next year. It's Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix. I want my Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes, everyone just wants Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's in production.
I have my PlayStation, and Maddie has her PlayStation. My girlfriend Maddie, for those who don't know.
I do.
And besides Brian, and she had.
He
Kingdom
has a
Hearts.
girlfriend, Internet.
Yes, I'm kind of.
And he plays League.
He's kind of a big deal. He
I'm
has a
kind of a
girlfriend.
big deal. But anyway, she let me borrow her Kingdom Hearts, and by borrow I mean keep forever because she never plays them.
Oh, that's kind of like what we have, Dave. Where we lend each other games and completely forget we lent them.
Don't forget to call people.
I think Russ still has a couple of my games.
I know for a fact you still have my copy of Bayonetta.
I think people should
I
call. My
do.
friend has my Gears of War too.
Well, you're never gonna ask for that back because Bayonetta is
Yeah, I
just
just
a
don't,
one and
I
done.
just don't care.
It's a one and done type of game.
It's way too hard for me as well.
All right.
And
Anyway.
continuing down this list of expected titles next year, Mad Max.
I know for a fact you still have my copy of
That game looks very interesting.
I'm probably not going to buy that game, but I'll be curious to see if Mel Gibson is involved.
He is not.
He should.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Then
just
there's
want-
absolutely.
You
There's
just
absolutely.
want the crazy.
Yeah, I want Mel Gibson, man. You can't have Mad Max without Mel Gibson.
Yes, you
It's like having the Terminator. It's like having the Terminator without Arnold. It just doesn't work.
Mario Golf World Tour, Mario Kart 8. This one, Andrew, you are really excited for. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor.
This is another thing I really know lore about.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That game
You know,
looks...
As far as like tie-in games go, though, like Lord of the Rings actually has a pretty good track record
Yeah, it really does. I mean,
with licensed games.
like the license, like pretty much taking the movies and making games. Those Lord of the Ring games weren't terrible.
I mean,
No, I
there
like
are,
them. Did
there
it
are
justice.
there are some of them that have
What
been
was that Lord of
terrible.
the Rings RPG? That one was like, meh.
There's definitely their fair share of them have been terrible, but there's also been a fair share of actually really good, like pretty good Lord of the Rings
Like
games as
Battle
well.
for Middle Earth, which was the
Yeah.
RTS.
Yeah.
The Battle for Middle Earth 2 was meh. Might and
So,
Matt,
but it might be good because Lord of the Rings
sports
is good, so-
game, Murdered Soul Suspect. We still have no idea what this game is.
Yeah, I told you it was like it's like LA Noir except you're a ghost.
All right. Anyway.
I told you I saw I saw some like preview gameplay. I forget what convention it was from, but I saw some preview gameplay on Twitch of that game, and it's basically like exactly like LA Noir except you're a freaking ghost. You're like a ghost detective.
Okay, so where are we? We were Persona 5 for those Persona fans out there. It's coming out next year. Pillars of Eternity. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Anyway.
Wow, I might have to buy that game
Because it's Phoenix Wright attached.
because I just
Oh,
I
wait, we
just
actually
really-
got... Hey, you know what, guys? We actually got a call coming in, so give me 1 second. I'm going to bring him on the line.
It's probably Russ.
Probably.
Probably Tay.
Hey, who is this? Where are you from?
Hi, Brian.
Oh,
Taylor.
thanks.
Oh my God, Taylor, what the
I
hell?
called it.
I've literally been sitting here for the past 5 minutes, and I said hi, and nobody
I
said
didn't hear her.
anything, and I was like, oh.
Because you were muted, or were you saying hi on the
I
or
feel so loved.
were you saying hi on the stream? No, you weren't saying hi on
No,
the stream.
I was physically talking, saying hi, Brian.
Well, you
While
were
you guys were
you were
talking about
muted
Kingdom
because we were
Hearts.
talking, and I didn't.
In League.
Kingdom
I
Hearts.
heard Kingdom Hearts in League, and I was like, "This is my moment."
Oh dear.
Here I go.
Oh, here comes the Kingdom Heart talk, folks.
It's my time.
All right, Kaylee. Oh my God, I almost fell out of my chair. Go ahead.
Well, no, it already passed, but
No, it's fine. Go back.
I'm
Continue.
so,
What did you want to
Rewind.
say?
so excited for that. I am so absolutely excited for that. You have no idea.
No, I
Like,
have an idea.
Not even in that typical Kingdom Hearts, like, fangirl, oh my god, let me fall in love with all the characters. That game is just such a, like, I had a bad day, let me button mash for hours.
Let me whip you with this keyblade.
Let me whip you with
First
this.
of all,
Let me
okay.
whip you with this blunt object that apparently
I've-
cuts things.
I've been saying this since Disney's acquisition of Star Wars Keyblade.
Well,
No, I don't agree with that at all. I feel like
No, I
Star
don't even
Wars
care if
is
Star
Star
Wars
Wars
Universe
and
is a
should
game.
not touch the Kingdom Hearts franchise ever.
You should just find a Star
Ever.
Wars Keyblade. Just
I
a
think
lightsaber Keyblade.
I think if Pirates of the Caribbean can make it into Kingdom Hearts, so can Star Wars.
Well-
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's
But-
gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
but I think it could.
you know what?
Maybe
though?
in Kingdom Hearts 4.
You know what? You know what? I
I
think
could
it can
see
happen.
it happening. I just don't agree with it. I
See-
don't know. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I was brought up as like a Lord of the Rings kid, but
but-
I respect Star Wars enough to not wanted to see it in there.
See, here's
I
okay.
don't
Now
know.
here's two things. Disney obviously has Star Wars. Everyone knows that. What not many people realize recently, Disney picked up Indiana Jones as well. Disney now owns Indiana Jones. They own
Wow.
LucasArts.
Disney is just conquering the world.
Well, this is outside gaming, but the reason why some people speculate that Disney picked up Indiana Jones to full on convince Harrison Ford to be in the new Star Wars movie. Like
I
Harrison,
think that action.
I'll believe that. Because Harrison Ford wants to do a new Indiana Jones to make up for the fact that you can't survive a nuclear explosion in a fridge.
No, that is not the
I
only.
was
That
waiting
is
for
not.
that.
That is not even close to the only reason that the Kingdom of a Crystal Skull is a terrible movie.
No.
There
Yeah,
are so
no,
many.
the
There are
first- that
so
was
many
bad.
more. There are so many more awful things about that movie.
You know what?
There
Let's
are
go
three
into
reasons.
We're due for a tirade. Let's go into a tirade on
There are
why
three
Crystal
reasons.
Skull sucked.
Yes.
There are aliens.
It was just really stupid.
Like Dave, you and me actually went to the theater and saw it.
I will give you
Yeah.
You
three
paid
reasons
money
right now.
to watch.
I
this
remember.
movie.
I remember sitting in the theater when that movie ended, and I'm pretty sure I remember turning to you and saying out loud, "What a fucking disappointment that movie was."
It was.
I will give you three reasons right now why this was a terrible movie. There were aliens, okay, and they were not actual Nazis because everything's better when you kill some Nazis. Everything.
The ending was so bad too.
The ending was
Holy
bad.
shit.
And there's the three things, and Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Half-Life reconfirmed. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
There's like bad movies like take Birdemic, but that's so bad it actually warped back into semi-entertaining. But
Like Kung
Crystal
Fu
Skull was just like it was
I-
one of those that you just can't enjoy it at all.
It's-
Like
it's-
it
I
was
felt-
just in this sector of bad where it had no hope.
I felt insulted by
I weep
King
for
of the
days.
Crystal Skull. I felt like I was personally it was like a personal fuck you to me.
Like screw you for being an
was.
Indiana Jones fan.
Yeah. It was like
No,
insulting
really,
my
it was a hate letter to
intelligence.
its fans.
Oh god, that's awful.
Who like it's like this movie.
It was really
It's like that movie.
Oh my God, no! Stop!
No, it's not
No.
as bad as that movie.
Oh my no. But
No, no more, no more. Please no.
one more.
No,
One more. That's it.
no.
That's all my room. That's all my room
So
soundboard.
as we are on bad movies now, thanks, Brian.
You're welcome.
What do we think of the Birdemic sequel that's apparently a thing?
I don't
What?
care. I
Like,
don't
like
care.
they're coming out with Birdemic 2.
I don't care.
I don't know how to feel about
I
this.
don't.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Good. Keep it that way,
You
Dave.
never heard of Birdemic?
No.
Oh God.
Okay. So
I have literally no idea what you're talking about.
It's like a really bad movie where the actors have no sense of acting whatsoever, and then they just took like gifs of exploding birds and copied and pasted it.
That sounds hilarious.
It is a very bad
It's
movie.
just
Dave. I am
like-
not. I am not going to make you watch it. You do not. Have
That
to
sounds
watch
like that sounds like the kind of thing that like everyone should pirate.
it.
It is.
Yes.
It is the kind of thing that everybody to be like an
All right.
actual person.
And I don't.
you need to
I don't
pirate
condone
and watch it.
piracy. So
I don't
Pirate that
normally
movie.
condone piracy, but just from the
The movie's
description
so
of that
bad,
movie,
It's worth it.
from the description of that movie, it just sounds like the kind of thing that everyone should see. Everyone should watch, but not pay money for.
okay.
That's all. That's
like,
all I'm
it's
saying.
just these birds just fly up and explode, and they're like, oh,
So
the hell.
That
so
sounds glorious.
we're gonna continue down the list of new releases. We left off Star Citizen. Now that is Dave's big game of next year.
If it even comes out next year,
If it even comes out next year.
which I don't think it will, because I'm pretty sure on their website it says 2015.
Doesn't matter. I want to see a demo at PAX East, and we are.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. I think by PAX, I think their dogfighting module will be done.
By PAX East.
Yeah,
If
But-
it,
but that's not. But that's still not like. Okay, it's like a model. It's like a demo of what the combat will be like. But the scope of that game is so incredibly ambitious. I actually think it might never be done.
oof, that's a bold claim because I kind of want.
And
that
they
game
just
to
keep.
come
And
out.
every time they make money, they just add more and more shit to their gigantic list of shit that they have to do.
Speaking of
finish the
packing,
game.
Well, the game's got like a $70 million budget right now, based on.
I just don't. I just don't think they're. I just don't think they're ever gonna finish the game.
They're
I
gonna be
just
like,
think
we have
they're-
so much money to do with it. What are we gonna do?
I think they just promised way too much, and they're never gonna finish the game. And if they do, it's gonna disappoint a lot of people.
And then next year, hopefully.
From what it sounds like, they're just gonna like pump in so many features to it that it's just the number of technical issues it's gonna have from what they want to do is gonna be absurd if it comes out.
But we'll see. It's made by the same guy who did the Wing Commander games, and those games were amazing.
I mean, personally,
I
I
don't
would.
know. It's just that's my feeling on it. From what I've seen, from what I've heard, is
If you're
I
watching
feel
the
like,
stream, I'm having
like
like
you guys said,
massive
as they get
ADD
more money,
movements.
like as they get
I will
more
be
money,
back
there's gonna be
after
more
walking
things
the
they
dog.
want to do, and it's just never gonna come out, or it's just not gonna work well.
Personally, I would be happy just to get like an HD remake of Freelancer. That would make me super happy.
Oh.
But Star Citizen is so much more ambitious than Freelancer, and Freelancer was a complicated game.
It was.
I just don't know if they're ever gonna
Like-
finish it.
People like I tried
like-
getting into the X series, like X Rebirth and all that stuff, because I thought it would give me the same feeling as I got with Freelancer. Not even close. I mean, it's not a terrible game, but I don't know. Star Citizen.
It's too much of a simulation, and it's not as much of a fly around and shoot
Okay,
things.
to finish off the list real quick, Smash Brothers for the 3DS and Wii U comes out next year, supposedly. No official quarter release at all right now. Tales of Exilia 2, The Crew, Evil Within, The Order 1886, Sims 4 comes
I'm
out.
so excited for that.
The Sims 4.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. I don't know. I'm just a diehard Sim fan. Like anything they do, I have to try. You know that. You know
Yeah.
how the whole episode that happened when I got Sim City and that just tear and bloodshed I had to go through.
Well, that's
I was
because you
not-
that's because you had a Mac and the Mac release hadn't even come out yet, and you had to buy the
I
Windows
didn't realize
partition.
that. I was so excited, and then it was like, oh yeah, you can't play, and I
Oh,
sat there and I was
Why are
like,
you trying to
really?
play video games on a Mac in the first place? That was your first. That was your
I
first
know,
mistake.
I know. I realize that is a mistake. I realize that from day one. I mean, I'm grateful League works. I'm grateful I don't have issues with that. It runs at about 60 to 70 frames per second. But anything else, it's like, nope.
And continuing on, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, The Witness.
Honestly, can I say something about The Witcher? The Witcher
Sure.
2 is too fucking hard. Like everyone tells me how great that game is, and I really, really, really want to play it and enjoy it and love it, like everybody else loves it. But it's too hard. I just can't. I can't kill anything. I just die over and over on the easiest difficulty
you just
setting.
keep
and
dying.
It's really fucking
Stop
aggravating.
dying,
It's
Dave.
really aggravating.
The Witness, The Wolf Among Us Episode 2 comes out in the first quarter between January and March of next year. And then at the end of the year, it's Tom Clancy's The Division. That game looks awesome.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And then listed right underneath that is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Patriots, which is in...
Oh, Rainbow Six Patriots didn't get canned? I thought it was done.
Apparently, I don't think it got canned.
I thought it was just toast, and I would
No,
never
I
see
think I think at this point we might as well just call it in perpetual development hell.
Well, is there like a set in stone release date for it, or are you like bullshitting me on the release date?
To be announced 2014. I'm on the official Wikipedia page.
Okay, to be announced.
To be announced 2014.
So that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs got pushed to the spring for God knows what reason.
That's not a good
I actually
sign.
appreciate that fact.
I'm
I
a little
appreciate
worried
the
about
fact
Watch
that they
Dogs.
admitted it. The thing is that they realized, hey, we're not going to be ready in time. Let's push it back.
No.
I mean,
no.
if they release it,
The game was more or less 90% done.
But
the game was like
is that
90% done.
with the dreadful Sonic 06 too, and then look at that.
Well, the Sonic games just sucked after the Sega Genesis, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, but still, do you see what I mean, though? So I'm glad that they said to themselves, hey, I don't think we're completely ready. Let's polish this up and make sure it's perfect.
Nah.
Because I'm excited for Watch Dogs.
I'm excited for it, too, but I think... I'm kind of with Dave on this one. Like, it's a bad sign. I think... I don't know. Maybe
You just... When a game is that close to release and it gets pushed back at that much of
it literally
of the last
got
minute,
pushed like a week before the game was supposed to come out.
that is really
Yeah,
bad.
that kind of sucked.
When that happens, that is never a good thing.
That is a bad sign. That means they found like some really huge game-breaking bug. That
You mean
I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't even. I honestly kind of don't believe that it was like some kind of we have to fix this at the last minute emergency. Like it just doesn't seem sensible to me that would actually be the case. I don't know. Maybe game development schedules are a lot tighter than I think they are. But I would think that at that point the game is totally done. And it's like at like a week before official release, you're already like shipping it to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the game is done. The game is the game. And if it gets pushed that late, there's some really big problem. And I don't know if it's actually like a bug or whatever, or it's just they just decided it, some like, I don't know, bipolar executive decided at the last second that it wasn't good enough.
I'm back.
Yes, and we are talking about the uneventful pushing of Watch Dogs from its October release to spring of next year.
Oh God, it's awful. It's like
It's just really worrying.
it's a striptease.
Striptease? How is it a striptease?
Oh my God.
It's not. It's like, oh, game is coming out next week. Oh wait, wait, maybe not. It's like terrible.
Can you imagine being that person that pre-ordered the bundle with Watch Dogs, and then you just get that like email or a phone call, and it's just like, yeah, it's not coming out. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait 6
I
months.
would be heartbroken.
You're gonna have to wait 6 months. Sorry about that, buddy.
They better add like a
At
ton
least
more
they gave
stuff.
them the replacement deal where you could switch it out. That was at least pretty chill.
That was, yeah, like, I am really, really worried for Watch Dogs. I mean, I'm excited for the game, like anyone else is, but I am really worried, and like, I cannot, my camera just does not want to cooperate. I gotta fix this one before the this is a good test run for our new setup, because I'm seeing a lot of technical issues that I gotta get fixed before our next episode.
I turned my camera off. If you were.
I could tell that, but I'm still seeing circles run all over the place in my
Oh, okay.
chat.
Because I turned mine off because I was walking my dog.
Well, now you turned your camera back on.
Yes.
But other than that, the last two games was like the new Wolfenstein game, which meh. And then there's also the unannounced games that have yet to be announced to come out next year. Like, and I'm not counting the sport. Like, this website doesn't even count. The Wikipedia page lists the sport games as well, but I don't count those because those are all yearly releases, no matter what.
Mm.
Like those games come out no matter what. But like the big games I'm excited for, Dragon Age Inquisition is one of them. If I don't get a next gen console by the time that game comes out, I'm probably gonna get it on PC.
Okay.
But like I like Dragon Age 1. I beat Dragon Age 1. Dragon Age 2 I gave up after the first 2 hours because I got bored. I got bored with that game. Really bored. I was like, these characters are uninteresting. I kind of like the system in Dragon Age 1. I'm bored. Whereas with Mass Effect, like they had teased Mass Effect 4 and I'm like, "Ooh, Mass Effect 4, I can't wait." Like
the combat in Dragon Age 2 is just so bad.
I know. Like
Just so bad.
When they announced Mass Effect 4, I'm literally going to like fanboy out of my seat. Like, yes, I will. Like, you will see like news stories of just me just running down the street in a raging like fanboy mode because I love Mass Effects that much. It's gonna be crazy.
This will be fantastic.
It'll go up on YouTube as like crazy man runs down street screaming Mass Effect and nothing else. That'll be the YouTube title. And then outside of that, like we have 15 minutes left, so I want to use this time to kind of just make a special announcement. Now, the VGXs just happened, and we all know that award show was crap. It was not an award show. It wasn't even a commercial advertisement. It was literally a giant ass, pardon my phrasing, clusterfuck. Like, they got Joe McHale to host it.
Foster Cluck.
They got Joe McHale to host it, and he didn't give a shit. He was literally ribbing on the show while it was going on. The musical guests they got, like, there was so much, like, from a producer standpoint, I'm looking at this, I'm going, this was one of the most poorly run shows I have ever seen. Ever. And it got me to thinking. It got me, Russ, Dave, all of us thinking. Let's make our own award show. And really, a real award show that treats these video games like how they are, like art. Because that's what they are. Video games are art. I'm not starting that debate today. We'll save that for another episode. Did I just hear a snicker?
That was Tay Tay.
That was me.
Was that a snicker, Taylor?
That was a snicker.
I'm gonna kill you later.
You will.
I love you too.
And it got us to thinking. Now, I'm announcing the Game Nation Game of the Year, the GOTY Awards. That's the term I'm going with right now, GOTY. Because
It's like the goat from Fallout.
no, GOTY, G-O-T-Y, and right now I have
Game of the Year.
yes.
You realize that's already an acronym for Game of the Year, right?
Yes, but now I'm using it. Okay, then Game Nation Awards.
I think I'm gonna come up with something clever, and I'll get back to you.
Well, Russ wanted to call the awards the Rusties, and I'm like, no. We are not calling them the
I like
Rusties.
that. No. The Rusty sounds perfect.
No, they don't.
I think that'd be cute.
Taylor, don't. Russ is gonna watch this later. He's gonna be like, no. He's gonna be like, I like her, and I'm like, no. I am producer. I am God in this program.
Hear me roar.
Hear me.
Oh, God.
Yes. No.
I hate you.
No, you don't.
I take back my past declaration of love, and I've turned it into other loathing.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't hate me. You can't hate me. I am unhateable. I have no hateful qualities. I have annoying qualities, but that's beside the point. But yes, the Game Nation Awards. And right now, this is the way it's going to work. On our Facebook and Twitter page, where you can check them out right here. I'm going to put up the links right here. This is the links to our website, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Like, subscribe, follow, check out the website, leave your comments.
That jazz.
All that jazz. All that jazz. Leave your comments there, and in those comments, we want you to list your favorite game, your top 5 favorite games in order from best to from most favorite game of this year to the least favorite game of this year in 5 of Game of the Years. Best lead character from a game. Best female lead character. best soundtrack, best artistic style, best first-person shooter, best RPG, best sports game, best simulation.
Do they have to be games that came out in 2013?
Yes.
Okay, you should
So
probably.
it's of the year.
These are strictly the games that were released this year. So if you put something,
Considering we wanted to call it Game of the Year, I would assume so.
yes,
Generally, yes.
That
That's-
would
Well,
have to
I
be-
really like the Hotline Miami soundtrack, but I'm pretty sure that came out last year.
it did.
Yeah.
So
it
if you put like,
That's great.
if one of
Great
your
sound.
options is League of Legends, that doesn't qualify.
Everything.
No, that does not qualify.
We can't
because-
even put Champions that came out this year.
No.
Why not? What if she's a lead role? They have stories.
Yeah.
Oh, then
They have
that'd be too
stories.
much.
I mean, look at
That'd be too
Jinx.
much.
Jinx is pretty cool.
That's not what I'm. That's not what the point of the awards are.
I'm literally doing this to annoy you. Continue.
So,
Your
like
turn.
I said, in those categories right now, we'll announce more categories as time goes by. So, of those categories, list your 5 favorite games from best to worst. Not worst as in like one you hate, worst as in like I loved it, but it's not like my number one favorite. And then from there, we'll figure out which ones win Game of the Year and which ones best win those categories. And we'll announce, like for nominees, we have right now our Game of the Year nominees. We pretty much have a Game of the Year. Game of the Year will be decided by me, Russ, and Dave. That's a strictly us 3 category. And the nominees are BioShock Infinite, Last of Us,
Agreed.
GTA 5, Pokemon X and Y are listed as our Game of the Years, and Zelda Link Between Worlds. Those are our 5 Game of the Years.
Ooh.
Those are our 5 categories for Game of the Year. Best male character, we kind of have an idea, but we want to hear from you guys on some of that stuff as well. So like I said, follow us at these pages right here. GameNationRadio.net, Facebook.com/GameNationRadio, Twitter.com/GameNationRadio, YouTube.com/Radio Game Nation, Twitch TV /GameNationRadio. Leave your comments in the comments section below of these videos and give us some of your top 5 favorite games in those categories. And if you can think of a category yourself, let us know. And then immediately after that, list your 5.
I have a great idea.
What is it?
Most anticipated. 5 top most anticipated games
Yes,
too.
that is another top 5 most
that's
anticipated. I want to hear your 5 most anticipated games of next year. I know my 5 already. I'm not going to list them. You'll have to find out when we do the award ceremony. When we do that, we don't know yet, because we want to be able to get everything together, tally everything together, get everything figured out, and then from there we'll announce the winners and the nominees. So you gotta keep up with that. But right now, I think we're just gonna use the last 10 minutes we have to just talk about the most random. Taylor, I actually want to hear from you. What have you been playing lately?
Honestly, since the Kingdom Hearts 3 announcement, Wes comes home, and we just sit there, and we have been replaying it for the past, 2 months.
So
Yeah,
you're playing
around
Kingdom
that,
Hearts
just
2
to-
again.
And BioShock Infinite, because that game
I
is
just
so
finished.
beautiful.
I just finished the Burial at Sea DLC like 2 days ago.
How is that? I haven't gotten it yet.
It's really short. It's actually disappointingly short.
I heard it's only 2 hours.
Yeah, it's really, really, really short.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Well, aren't they doing it multiple episode, kind of like what Telltale does with their releases?
Yeah, but it's just way too short. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I have to be honest, I feel a little bit ripped off.
But yeah, outside of the one thing outside of my continued suck adventures in League,
Aha, with me.
with Dave and Andrew, and Taylor, you're gonna have to hear some stories about
No, I do not want the stories. Trust me, I've played with Andrew enough to know the stories that happen.
I am a great player.
No, Andrew's a great player. I'm talking about stories of where I
yeah, I
suck.
know.
I literally
Oh,
left the fountain
All right.
one time. I literally left the fountain with no items purchased, and another time I literally wasted.
No, you
all-
did not just leave the fountain with no items. First, you left
Well,
the fountain with
how
no
do you
items.
do that? How
No.
do you just say to yourself, I'm gonna go now, and then you're like, wait a minute.
No,
I
it's
got
fine.
no
To buy
potions,
shit.
No, that
I got
happens.
no awards.
That happens. No, sometimes you forget to buy items, but that is not what Brian did. What Brian did was far worse. Brian
Oh, no.
first left the fountain with no items. Then he went back and bought only potions. Then he went back and sold the potions for a cloth armor. Then when I yelled at
Oh
him
my
for
God.
selling his potions, he sold his cloth armor. So he came to
Oh my
Lee
God.
with no items and no money.
Jesus. Seriously?
Yep.
Yes.
Who were you playing as?
Pantheon.
Ah. Can we,
Actually-
now that we are on the subject of leave, can we just talk about this new champion for a few seconds?
Yasuo.
Because
I'm angry.
Things
Sure,
on
why
my
not?
chest
Let's talk about
I need
Yasuo.
to just get off.
I'm angry. I'm an AD carry main, and I play Ezreal, Caitlyn, and Vayne. So Vayne, he doesn't affect too much. Mine is stuff hitting her thing. All of Ezreal's moves get countered by his wind wall of death that nothing goes through except turrets. Caitlyn's 50 caliber net and her Piltover Peacemaker and her ult all get blocked. And I'm like, thanks for single-handedly nerfing every ranged AD carry that has a global ult or an ult with a really far range.
I actually think Yasuo is underpowered.
Oh, underpowered? I know. I don't think people know how to use him. Like I'm
I
wrong.
think
I'm not
I
gonna
think Yasuo's ultimate doesn't do enough damage. I think the
It
Well,
doesn't.
it's also
because
very,
he's not supposed to be built damage though. That's the thing about him. Yasuo is supposed to be built tanky with crit chance, and if you have the right circumstances, then you can build a little damage. I
building
feel like he
tanky
should be more damage oriented, but
building tanky with crit
I don't know.
chance doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
also Yasuo's ult is very situational
You're
in
supposed
that you
to,
can
though.
only trigger it when an opponent is airborne.
Yes. So I mean,
he's
if you have
very
a good
team
team comp,
oriented.
So I feel like here's my gripes with Yasuo. His ultimate doesn't do enough damage. His dash happens way too slow. It should be more like Aurelia's dash, where you click on someone and you're fucking there. Not like this
Yeah.
slow ass, casual skipping that he does to the thing that you dash to. And I also don't like that the tornado on his Q happens around him if you use it as you're dashing. I wish it just came out in a line in front of you all the time. So those are
I
my
agree.
three
I
big
like though when you are
gripes
queuing.
with this
When
one.
you are queuing without the tornado, I like how it works in that little circular area. But I agree, the tornado should still go in a straight line, regardless of what you're doing.
I don't know. I mean, Dave wrecked me, but that's because I just completely and utterly suck at League. So I am no
You'll
judge.
get there.
No.
farm,
No.
farm, and farm.
No.
That's your Robin. Brian, I noticed I just mixed your name and problem in the same word. I know what your problem is. You're not farming enough.
I'm not farming enough. No, I do. I suck at farming right now. That's
You got a last hit.
I gotta learn to last hit
Yeah,
and farm.
last hit is literally like the most important thing you can do.
That's kind of why I want to do this new series. Just get a bunch of people who know absolutely jack diddly shit about League and myself.
Are you taking this from me?
I am.
You're taking this from me.
I
We
am.
discussed that we were doing this, Tay.
We discussed this, Taylor. We're doing this.
But you-
This is
You
going to be a
should've
thing.
told me, you jerk.
League of Noobs
Idea
is going to
stealer.
be a thing.
He's telling you now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Live on the internet.
Yes, internet now knows this was her idea, and I just stole it.
She didn't patent it.
Actually, you guys know what game I played again today that I haven't played in a while? But it's been they've just been working really friggin' hard on it, and no one gives them any appreciation. But I think everyone should play this game too.
What game?
Is Hawken. The
What
giant
game?
Hawken, Hawken. It is a first-person shooter where you play as a giant robot. Kind of like
That's a game that's not even on my radar.
like an
Yeah,
extremely arcadey version of MechWarrior. It's
Much time,
beautiful.
Brian.
Oh,
Huh?
that
It's-
sounds fun.
How much
It's
time do we have?
gorgeous.
We have 2 minutes left.
I'm saying someone
We have hit our 2-minute warning, people.
nice closing here.
But
So, yeah.
Hawken is gorgeous, and they've been constantly updating it, and you should give it
Yeah, I'll
another
take a look
because
at it.
It looks really good.
So, yeah,
So-
guys, that's pretty much everything we need to discuss today. Just to recap what we discussed PS4 and Xbox One. Right now, I'm going to judge them as, should you buy them now? No.
Probably not.
If you're gonna buy them for a holiday, wait till next holiday when there are gonna be a lot more games out in their libraries, a lot more options to pick from, a lot more console exclusives to pick from. So don't buy them now. Like, granted, most of the stores are sold out now. So if you do want to buy it now,
90 seconds.
buy it now. Good luck. I just got the 90-second warning from my website, so I'm gonna say don't buy those consoles now. On top of that, the whole YouTube controversy that's been going on. If you don't know what's going on, just go on YouTube and look up any Let's Player. Almost every single Let's Player on YouTube has been talking about this entire blanket sweep content ID claim system that YouTube has
60
implemented.
seconds.
So go on YouTube, check that out. Real quick, if you want to, if you liked what you've been seeing, granted, this is our first attempt at a very live stream. Once again, we're going to get these bugs fixed out. Most of these bugs fixed by the next episode. But if you want to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/GameNationRadio, twitter.com/GameNationRadio, youtube.com/RadioGameNation for subscribe. Subscribe to our Twitch channel to get updates on when we do our live streams at Twitch TV/GameNationRadio. And we'll see you guys next time when we do another episode of Game Nation Live. Keep in touch for when we decide to broadcast our next episode. It may not be the same time again. We're going to try and get a consistent schedule going in the future. But we'll see you guys soon, all right?
10 seconds.
Hang on.
Alrighty. Alright then.
That was good.
Alright, hang up on the stupid radio show. Thank you.
All right.
You want to just add Taylor to this call?
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Let me see if she's on Skype. Is she on Skype right now? She is. Taylor, are you there?
Hello.
You're there. Good. Now, welcome. Now, since this is the end of the live broadcast, we are now on the, post show, just to continue conversations and,
Oh, I thought we were going to play a video game or something together.
Oh, take her on. Oh,
I am in a cube right now. Apparently I'm top.
Well, I'm going to end the stream, so,
I
give me
didn't know
1
we were
sec.
still on the stream.
Yeah, I'm going to end the stream right now.
I would assume that you would end